Aaron Rodgers Watch Part 3. So much like the last 2 years, the NFL world is going to be monitoring the status of Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers stated on the Pat McAfee show that he will be going into a 4-day retreat of nothing but darkness in the hopes that he will come to the decision as to if he wants to return to the NFL or not, and if he wants to return to the Green Bay Packers or not. The general consensus around the NFL media is that if Aaron Rodgers does return to play football next season, it likely will not be in Green Bay. The belief is that the Packers are ready to move on from Rodgers via a trade, and the New York Jets are currently the top team for his services. Should the Packers indeed be moving on from Aaron Rodgers, be it through his retirement or through a trade, that would thrust fourth-year quarterback Jordan Love into the starting lineup for the Pack. Love was drafted in the first round of the 2020 draft out of Utah State, and his presence in the Green Bay locker room has been nothing short of controversial these past few years. There was controversy surrounding how accepting Rodgers was of Jordan Love in the locker room, controversy that both Rodgers and Love have brushed off, and there's been other controversies as well, including last season when there was talk about the Packers potentially benching Aaron Rodgers for Jordan Love down the season when it appeared that they were out of the playoff picture. Now, the Packers did end up turning their season around a bit towards the latter half of the year, and they ultimately were alive until the last game of the season when they lost to the Detroit Lions to be eliminated from the playoff. But had the Packers not start to turn things around down the stretch, I strongly believe that we could have seen an audition from Jordan Love, and Aaron Rodgers could have been potentially deactivated altogether. But nonetheless, that didn't happen. That's all in the history books now. But this season, there is a legitimate chance that Jordan Love could be the starting quarterback for the Green Bay Packers. If Love is indeed going to be the guy next year, he does have the endorsement of one of his teammates in Pro Bowl running back Aaron Jones. Jones recently appeared on the Around the NFL podcast on Radio Row at the Super Bowl, and he was asked about the potential of Jordan Love being the starting quarterback of the Green Bay Packers, and this is what he had to say. Us guys in the locker room, we know we control what we can control. Just focus on yourself. Get the offseason started and going and control what you can control. If he's here, referring to Aaron Rodgers, great, we love it. If he's not, we'll be sad. We'd lose one of our leaders, one of our great locker room guys. It's hard to replace somebody like that. But I think if that was to happen, Jordan is definitely ready. The Packers have been spoiled with quarterback royalty over these past 3 decades. The Packers have only had 3 quarterbacks start a game for them not named Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers since 1991. Those are Brett Hundley and Scott Tolzien when Aaron Rodgers was injured, and then in 2020, Jordan Love got a start against the Kansas City Chiefs when Rodgers was out with COVID. Although Love did struggle in that Kansas City game, he actually showed some signs of improvement when he got some playing time last season. Love took over for Rodgers in a Week 12 loss to the Philadelphia Eagles after Rodgers left with a rib injury, and he actually played pretty well. He threw for 113 yards and a touchdown with a 146.8 passer rating. Although the sample size on Jordan Love is relatively small, if the Green Bay Packers feel that they want to reset as an organization and turn the page from Aaron Rodgers, they have the opportunity to do that as they still have Jordan Love under their control for at least the next 2 years. They have him under control for this year, and then they can pick up his 5th-year option as well. So I'm curious, Packer Nation, how would you feel if the Packers did indeed decide to turn the page from Aaron Rodgers and officially move on to the Jordan Love era? Drop those comments down below. I would love to hear from you. Be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe and ring the bell so these videos appear in your notification feed. And while you're at it, be sure to follow me on Twitter at Gage Madrid NFL for continuing NFL coverage. And for now, this has been another episode of Sparkin Sports NFL. I am your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.